The delivery driver just dropped off the morning shipment. Inside this crate is life-saving insulin. The physical bottles are perfectly intact, kept at the exact right temperature and ready for the patients who rely on them today. But when you scan the crate to log it into your inventory, the system halts. You get a blaring data mismatch error. Under full EPCIS 2026 enforcement, the physical barcode on the bottle must align flawlessly with the electronic data file. If that digital record is broken, the medicine is legally dead. You cannot put it on the shelf and you cannot sell it. This is a digital defect, not a physical one. The insulin itself is perfectly safe. If your team treats this data error the same way they treat a shattered vial or a spoiled batch, you will lose entirely usable inventory. To fix this, we need to abandon manual, reactive sorting. Instead, we are going to implement a proactive, automated 3-step workflow to clear these errors. Mastering this specific troubleshooting sequence ensures your pharmacy avoids the $100 million logjam currently paralyzing the industry, keeping your patients connected to their treatments. Step 1 begins the second a mismatch alert flashes on your screen. Tell your receiving team to immediately stop opening boxes, do not unpack the crate, and do not start cross-checking serial numbers by hand. We call this specific mismatch an exception. It usually means a serial code is missing from the database or a lot number was mistyped by the supplier. It requires an IT-level repair on a screen, not a physical audit in the back room. Physical audits create massive bottlenecks of quarantined boxes, but on an automated digital highway, data packets route cleanly to physical counterparts. The workflow scans the data stream, immediately isolating the exact broken file and missing digit before the box opens. Diagnosing the exception purely through a software dashboard saves your staff hours digging through physical pallets. Now we deploy the first tool in our compliance arsenal, AI-powered digital twins. Think of this as your early warning system. Hours before delivery, your dashboard builds a virtual replica of the shipment, running a simulated pre-scan of data against the manifest. If a lot number is missing, the digital twin catches it while the truck is still at the loading dock. Because the software flagged the error early, the wholesaler can correct the electronic file remotely. The data is fixed in the cloud before the truck even reaches your street. Using digital twins pushes the hard work of verification away from your busy pharmacy counter and places the responsibility back on the distributor. If an exception still manages to slip through that pre-scan, we move to step 2, pulling the IoT transit logs. Internet of Things sensors are standard for tracking temperature in transit, but modern sensors also verify custody data. They record a digital handshake every single time the crate changes hands. Trace the exact journey of the medicine from manufacturer to U.S. dispensary, verifying a green checkmark at each transfer node. By reviewing these logs, you isolate the exact transfer point where the data broke down, knowing immediately who dropped the file. Utilizing these handshakes allows you to isolate transit errors with surgical precision, entirely eliminating the need to physically open the quarantine bin. That brings us to our final troubleshooting step, querying the blockchain ledger. This acts as a permanent, undeletable digital receipt. Let's say a warehouse worker accidentally typed the letter O instead of a 0 when logging a lot number. That simple typo triggers a hard stop at your scanner. Because the blockchain holds an immutable audit trail, you can bypass the typo entirely. The ledger proves the true, verified origin of the drug directly from the manufacturer. With that absolute proof, your compliance officer can confidently execute a legally compliant data correction, replacing the typo with the correct digits within your own system. The system accepts the verified correction. The blockage clears instantly. The blockchain provides the strict legal authority you need to safely override data typos, freeing up vital medications that would otherwise rot in quarantine. Now the digital file matches the physical barcode. The insulin moves straight from quarantine to your active inventory shelves, fully compliant and ready to dispense. By automating your exception handling, your team stops reacting to administrative panic. You stop acting as data entry clerks and return your complete focus to QSHIB safety. Tell us in the comments below, what is your biggest DSCSA headache right now? Are you struggling more with data mismatches or communicating with wholesalers? Make sure to subscribe for our next deep dive into AI-driven sampling, where we look at the next phase of quality control. Embracing these 3 digital tools turns the heavy burden of regulatory compliance into a streamlined engine, guaranteeing uninterrupted care for the patients who rely on you.